It's Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher. Had a little extra time this morning to head out to the cemetery and soak up some sun. And I was going to make a video in my power spot, and I saw someone had put this throne out overlooking the power spot. So I figured I'd give it a sit and see if it feels right. And at the moment it does. So I figured I'd make my fucking video here, but I'll let you see the power spot. There's my rock and creek. I'm going to head down there regardless, because there's nothing like just sitting on a rock and connecting with the earth. Oh, look at that. Sun is shining bright with the chosen one, as it should be. So today I figured I'd talk a little bit about domestication, specifically domestication for a man, and how being overly domesticated destroys a man's spirit. It destroys what is unique and special about a man. And I know all too well, because now I'm experiencing the contrast. I've experienced an over-domesticated life, and now I'm in the process of getting a little bit fucking wild, getting back to my primal roots. And essentially what I describe as a domesticated life, or overly domesticated life, is a life where seeking comfort and pleasure and social acceptance are the highest values. Those become your highest values. Comfort, pleasure, and social acceptance, social approval, or approval from a woman, or whatever your romantic interest happens to be. Basically putting everything outside over a sense of purpose, a sense of calling, a sense of being willing to get uncomfortable, being willing to fight, being willing to go out there and stand for what you believe in, even if it means getting your ass kicked, even if it means losing. But just the ability, just putting everything else before something that requires effort and hard work and emotional rejection, possibly on your part. And I found this process, initially when you start stepping out of that, however that happens, whether it's intentional, where you just get to a point where you find that everything you've devoted your life to up to that point just has no meaning. And some call that a midlife crisis. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, that could happen when you're 25. When you hit that point and you say, this is bullshit, I need to find something else. This is not true. I need to find something that's real. Whether that moment is intentional or just everything fails you, everything you devoted to turns out not to be what you thought it was. Look at that. You have some chi shining off of me. My energetic regalia. That's what working with the light does to you. But anyway, I'm diverging. Sometimes people just simply hit a point where they get to realize that they're questioning, wow, everything I believed, everything I trusted has just failed me, and it's not what I was told. And again, you have a choice. You can go back into it. You can continue to accept it, continue to be beaten down spiritually, emotionally, and physically, because usually these men that are overly domesticated, they are soft, they are weak, they lose their masculine vitality, they lose just that potency that makes him a man, makes him a force that wants to go out there and be reckoned with in the world. And when you connect back with that, you find your confidence starts to go up. And again, I associate confidence again with being aligned with purpose, but also knowing that you're someone, when you know what you want, you are willing to go out there and get it. You're willing to fight for it. You're willing to fight for your boundaries. You're willing to put up a fight when someone attempts to infringe and take something that is yours. And today, society shames that, at least where I live. But the men I see who fall into that shame just become pathetic shells of themselves. And, you know, I'm not going to, again, I know some of you may think, okay, now I'm going to be making this pro-man channel and getting on the bandwagon of the alpha male thing. I'm not fucking doing that. I think a lot of that is overcompensation and the desire. I mean, I'm just sharing my process and what I'm personally connecting with from my experience on this planet and this carnation as a man, when I feel like I'm in my power, and the contrast and when I felt like I have not been, and then what I see from other people and how they behave and what they do and create in the world. So again, I'm not totally wild. If I was put out in the woods by myself, there's something inside of me that would kick in to survive, but I haven't been prepped for that. You know, there'd be a lot of fear, and I definitely would not willfully go just leave everything, all the comforts of domestic life, and have a go at it in the woods with just me and a bow and a knife and a will to survive. Haven't gotten that far yet. What I'm saying though is the spirit, again, that wild spirit, there has to be something in my life that reminds me and feeds that reminds me that that's there inside of me, that is still there, and it needs to be nourished. And this life, again, of excessive people-pleasing, pleasure-seeking, comfort, that does not nourish that fucking spirit. And I'm not here to tell you what I do. I'm sure that'll pop up in future videos, or tell you what to do if this is a calling that you feel like doing, if you feel the call of the wild summoning you. I'm just saying, if it's there, honor it and just see what shows up. That being said, I'm about to hit the rock, not in the way that a crackhead would, but in a way that a soul who loves nature is. And I will see you on the other side. Be well, my friends.